I thought every interior designers have their own systems to manage the client communications, the latest versions of the revised designs, and the material management, that is the usage in each site. But to my surprise, after talking with a friend who is in this field for quite a few years, I was surprised to understand that many of the interior designers are struggling with this management part, not the design part. She showed me her diary. It was full with all the client requests. Each time a client asks a change, she just scribbles it down in the same diary. And sometimes she might not be having her diary in her hand, so she'll be noting it down in somewhere else, in her phone, in notes, in words, or anywhere. And sometimes the clients will be sending their request in WhatsApp, and her WhatsApp chat was a sea of unread messages by her clients, her team members, the updates from the vendors. Everything was a chaos. So I started looking into this issue more deeply, and I realized most of the designers are struggling with this issue. They are perfect in the designing part, but when it comes to the business part and the management part, there is still a lot of things that you can do to improve your business methods. And I discovered three powerful systems that can be a game changer for any interior design business. The first system is from memory to method. Most designers keep everything like the vendor details, the client bringing up the changes in the designs and details like that in WhatsApp or in a diary. So the problem here is that day-to-day business running is purely depending and highly depending on your energy, and that drains you up so fast. You have to build a system in such a way that your business will be able to run even without your presence 24/7. Think like this. If you're going to appoint an assistant, can she run your business without you interfering, or she have to call 20 times a day to run your business? If that's not possible right now, you have to start using reusable checklist or the SOP. So what exactly is an SOP? SOP, or the standard operating procedure, is a step-by-step guide in which you want your studio to work as per. Think of it like a choreography that is designed for running your studio. Let's check this example. This is just an example, just to make you understand how you can design one. It can be very simple. The main aim is to make your team members be able to run in your style without you having to follow them every day 24/7. So the points can be very clear, and it can include the important points that you have gained from the years of experience you have in this field. So you can train even the juniors that is coming today. They can just check this SOPs and follow through in the way you expect them to do. Now let's talk about where the most headache starts: the revisions by the clients. So you need the system, we can call it structural scramble. Consider this example. The client will be messaging you, let's change the color of our wardrobe, let's make it walnut. And in the later day, your client might be contacting not you, but one of your team members, and she might be asking her, let's change the lights. We don't need those LED lights. We can keep the tube lights inside. And the later days, you are coming to your site and the client is asking you, where are the changes? I specifically asked you this, but where is it? And you are confused, your team members are confused. Where does this change come from? And didn't she told you that it was walnut? Was it teak? So you need a perfect system where you, your team members and your clients have a clear understanding on which version of design you're talking. So all of you can be on the same page while discussing the designs and implementing. So you can avoid all these confusions and regret. So I found this amazing 3-part fix. So the first part is creating a single revision funnel. Set one official rule that every revision has to go through a specified form. That it can be a Google form, but it should be gone through that. And you have to make your clients understand during the onboarding itself that you have to go through this process, and then only we can implement the changes as we go move on in the future. And you have to tell your clients that this will help you to track everything without missing the details, because clarity from the beginning will make your clients trust you even more. But don't stop with this. You have to go through the second step, which is to build a live revision log with a version control. You can use Notion or Excel for this and train your team members to update it accordingly. So you will have a clear idea always on which latest design is being kept, who has approved the design, who has requested the change, and when was this change requested, when was it approved. So make a system like that, so you will be able to control the revision version. You can move further and assign a single point of contact. Clients love to feel heard. But your studio is in the group chat. You don't need to give all your time into chatting with the client. Assign a client coordinator as a single point of contact for your clients. So in the onboarding itself, tell your clients whom to contact whenever they have a request for revisions. And train your team members such that they are not allowed to receive any revisions informally, but let your client go through the systems you have created. This also improves the credibility of your business. Now let's move on to the third system to manage your material quantities. Let's say you have ordered 30 MDF sheets, but in your site only 28 has arrived. And then your site manager says 3 got damaged. And now you have no idea on how many materials were used or how many were damaged, or if somebody has made any mistakes. This happens too often in a construction industry and usually ends in the same way: blames, delays, and confusions. So I found this 2-part amazing material quantity management system that you can implement today itself. First one is track what have arrived in your site. Let's call it the delivery log. You can use Excel or Notion for this, and the chart can be something like this. You can customize it according to your needs. This will make it easier for you to identify any issues that is happening in your site or between your suppliers as soon as possible. So you can solve it as soon as possible and eliminate any problems in your construction and finish your work in time. So the second thing you have to do is monitor the on-site usage of your materials. Create a log in this Excel or Notion again like this, and train your supervisor or the site engineer to update it daily or weekly according to the intensity of the material consumption in your site. Now, every time you ask your supervisors how many is left or how many is being used, is there any damages in the tiles, you don't get a vague answer, but you get clarity in each material data updated. You can either use this Excel sheets for this, or you can use our app called the CISA Constructor. In that, you can update the material coming to your site, and also you can update the usages, the damages in the same single window. So you will also be getting a real-time updates in your phone, in your team members' phone, and everyone you have assigned to the project. So if it's your choice, if you want to use Excel sheets or use a real-time updation app like CISA Constructor. And I have given the link there in our description, and you get a 14-day free trial first, and you can just try it with your team members or just use the Excel sheets. Also, you don't need to fix all these 3 systems immediately overnight in your business, but start small, start introducing 1 systems at a time and see for yourself how much improvement that is taking up in your business. Once you experience it, you will never go back. So happy construction!